Hello guys, welcome to today's stream. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, let me see here. Just today, thankfully, I managed to get a stand for my Cintiq, so it's gonna be a lot better. So today we're gonna continue working on our shot and doing the second half, like top half of the body, and then after that we're gonna start polish. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice. Let's see here. Okay, sound is on, everything is good. You can see the chat, and let's get started here. Okay, nice. Okay, let's see here. Hopefully Maya doesn't freeze again. Yeah, this is definitely much better. Okay, and now we're gonna work on, should I do the spine and then let's work on the spine. Yeah, this angle is a little bit weird, but let's see here. Okay, let's see here. We have this line of action. We'll get into this line of action here. So I'm just gonna put the guy somewhere around here. And then go back. Did this look good? I don't know. It's kind of look a little bit off balance, but we'll take care of it later. And also I don't need this music here. Okay, nice. Okay. A small bounce here. It's like a small overlap, and then after that, let's just zero this out. Like this. Like something like that, just straight ahead. There's this nice bounce, so let's add a counter, a small bounce there. And here comes back again. Yeah, boom. Here we can add a bounce. Then here we can like just drag it a little bit. Yeah. A little bit fast, but we can fix that later. Okay, sound's still on. It's good. Yeah, here I feel like we need a small bounce here. Need this guy here. Here, same thing. And a small overlap here. Yeah, you can see I'm not looking at the reference now, I'm just like trying to follow what the hips are doing. But in general, I feel like it's not that big there. Yeah, there's this weird motion she's doing there. Not sure if it is a good idea to keep it or just do it our own way, which is like kind of like a nice overlap there. Yeah, let's keep it our way. Here, feels like we can take the hips, and since she is going back, I have the rotation there, so that's good. Yep, we have the rotation, so we need to counter that at the top. Here. Something like this. Something like this. And now this is where the section where I changed my accent. And I start to talk in Italian accent. This is not the Italian accent. Okay. Yeah. Yes. This is very good. Yeah, that's the Italian. Oh my god. That's so silly. Oh god. Nobody's watching though, so I could just do whatever I want. At least I have an excuse. I like this. Here, from here to here, is this fast motion. I like it. Can track the arc later. Okay? See, you see that my approach is you always leave the problems for future you, so you don't have to deal with them now. The best approach. Okay? So here I don't have to worry about the arcs of the hips. Oh, there's this nice bounce there. Just push it even more. Here again, let's see, and let's bounce. Boom. And you can see that I'm like just using translation and rotation because like the spine is very flexible. So always be careful, especially if there's a lot of body mechanics. Be careful. Don't just use rotation. Always add a little bit of translation to just like add a little bit of bounce there. A little bit of bounce. Bounce. Then once we add the bounce on the head as well, it's gonna look more alive. Like the animation is gonna look more alive, but we know he's dead because he's a skeleton. See, my plan here is like the first part I'll probably have exit from a coffin, from the ground, I don't know, just to show that he's dead. He has been dead, and this is the season where he dances. Maybe at the end he goes back. That's it. That'll be good. Like he just says goodbye, guys. Oh my god, how many frames? 270 frames. Good luck. Good luck with that. Okay. Nice. Here, probably we can add, a counter again. Yeah, there's this nice line of action there. Too bad we can't, like, he's very skinny. Of course he's skinny, he's a skeleton. Because we can't like get this nice silhouette there, but there's a lot of gap between his legs. His or her legs, like this is skeleton, so we don't know. Actually, we can know. Give me a second. Let me Google this. What's the difference between male and female skeleton? Male bones are bigger and stronger. Big male and woman lose bone faster. Lose bone faster as we age. Women lose bone faster as they age. Oh, that's interesting. Male bone mass is around 50% more. Yeah, okay. Lose bone faster, like black people. Black people have significantly stronger bones than white. Oh, I didn't know about this. This is very interesting. Black women peak bone mass in the same as white men. Oh, this is very interesting. Let me look at some images so I can see the difference. Okay. Okay, so women tend to have bigger pelvis bone, obvious, which is obvious. Smaller rib cage. I don't know, man. I can't tell. This guy looks a hybrid between, like, I don't know. I'll just call him a guy. Yeah. Let's get back to animation. Okay. Segue. That's actually how I animate. I just need like any reason to distract me from my animation. And once I get distracted, I just keep googling stuff. And I learned like a couple of nice facts, which is cool. Nice. Well, so far we don't know if this guy is male or female, but I'll just assume he's male. Hopefully he doesn't mind. Cool. Just done. Guys, like, if anybody here has any questions, just feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, boom. And here, that's where we get that last nice line of action. Yeah. Nice. Boom. Cool. Awesome. I think spine is good. Yeah, we can definitely like do another pass so we can make sure that it's not like that very rigid. But I think this does the draw. Okay, so let's get to arms. So if you guys remember, layered animation style, we always start from the root and we move layer by layer. So what is the most driving motion is the COG, central gravity, which is like around the pelvis area. It's kind of like next to the belly button, but this guy is skeleton, so that's unfortunate. And next layer is gonna be the spine. Oh, and after the spine, it's up to you. You wanna like branch to the arms, or if you wanna branch to the head. I think I'll go, since the head is a little bit more fun to animate, I'll just do the arms first, and then I'll go to the head. So let's do that real quick. Cool. Nice. Okay. This is really bad. Look at this. Look at this. What the heck? What the heck is this? This is the pose here. That's the good pose. Nice. It's really good. And from here, look at the arc. It's so ugly. God. We're even using we're using FK and we're getting this ugly arc. What the heck is going on? Like, one cool trick you guys can use is like whenever you get like this weird arcs, you can just do an Euler filter, and Euler filter will probably help you. You see. Okay, nice. Okay, let's see here. Does it help? Well, maybe it's good. I think the spacing is too fast there. The arc is too big as well. But why is it doing this? So I'm just like, I just want to go from this to this. but I don't want to do this on their arc, so I'm gonna do here like this. Let's see if that helps. Oh god. Let's do this here. This guy here. So we get that nice rotation. Oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. So let's get this angle here. Nice angle. Yeah. So basically the arm is traveling less. And if the arm is traveling less, there is smaller spacing. Like not smaller. Yeah. Smaller spacing gaps. And that gets rid of that stroby feeling. But we can always come back to it. Here's this overshoot she's doing there. Come back to it and smooth it more later. So what I'm gonna do here, just delete this guy because we don't want to use it. Okay, nice. So she goes down. Basically, again, same thing. We want to do like extremes. Look for the extreme. And then there's this nice, holy cow. How is she? She's doing this. So I always think about the anatomy. It's very important to know what's moving and what's not. Because it's not just this guy that the forearm is moving. It's just that you can't just move the whole arm, like the forearm on its own. You have to move the whole thing. So you have to be very, very careful with that, because you know, like when you're animating like these guys, you can basically just rotate this guy on its own. Like, okay, God. See here. You can just animate this guy like this, and that's bad. It's not necessarily bad, but you just need to be careful with it, because it's impossible for it to turn that way. But let's see. At the end of the day, we just want to match the feeling of the motion. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is because I'm gonna do this rotated this way. So it's like this, and I'm gonna rotate it the other way. Then we're gonna do this guy like this, which is like more natural motion. And hopefully, not the knee, the elbow will stay at the same spot, like the reference. Hopefully. That's the only thing that I'm worried about there. Yeah, I think it's good, Yeah. And... God. This here. Right, just imagine if you were using FK, I'm actually using. Imagine if you're using IK and you're trying to replicate this motion. Good luck with that. Okay, let's go here. Cool, nice. I'm just like a little bit. So I'm just trying to avoid doing this. Reason why is because you can see this action. I can't just do it with the forearm bone. I need to use the humerus bone to rotate this guy. So doing it this way, don't do it. Always respect the anatomy. Do it this way. But you can see it's like you have to be careful because it's in the dance. The elbow is like kind of like pinned. So I want to replicate that motion there. So I'm just like keeping the elbow where it's well, one of the things you can do is like you can cheat a little bit like what I'm doing here, but as long as it's not too big, you shouldn't have a problem. Shit, nice. You see this is what I've been talking about there. That's that motion. It's not good. It's no good. This motion is not good. So I like this. I like this. This. It's not working well. So we're just gonna something like this. That's the problem with like using too much rotation. You can get into gimbal problems. I don't use the gimbal preview because it's too much for my brain to see that, but sometimes it might cause these types of problems. But oh my god, yeah, you can see here we're just getting this motion that we can't get right. So like, let's see here, for example, here we can, there's nothing, it's part of the gimbal problem. What we can do is like just cheat it a little bit there. So basically you're going frame by frame, cheating it. Nice, that's good. You see that the problem with, again, so we solved the arc, kind of solved the arc. This is a big problem there. We solved the arc, but we're having a like a spacing issue here. Why I can't? So let's fix this first here. Let's make sure we have a nice spacing here. Do I want to drag this guy? I don't know. Let's keep it there. So here, spacing is growing, good. Here should be constant, good, constant. And then here it slows down here, from here to here. See? I think the reason it comes is because if his body is moving at the same time, and this creating this really weird spacing. Slow down there. Again, we're just gonna go here and just cheat it again. So this, keep this, and then do I want? I'll just use the humor spawn. Okay, nice. So we're just keeping the spacing like that. Okay, nice, that's good. Yeah, she's doing it again. God. Okay, easy. We're just gonna look where we started. We started from here. So we just wanna get this pose here. Copy it and put it next here. Yeah, her elbow is moving, so that's good. So she does another one until there. So we're just gonna copy the whole animation. So until here. Okay. Copy and paste. Here. Okay, nice, good. Oh my god, those arcs are. Yeah, that's what you get for like when you use layered style. You get free arcs. Look at the pop there. So just again, the best way in layered style is like you want to smooth things. It's like you want to just always simplify stuff. And see how it works. And here we broke it. Definitely need this guy here. The motion is working here. Since the motion is working, we can call this blocking, right? And since this is blocking, oh god, not good. Since this is blocking, we can leave this problem for future AU. Let's leave this problem for polish. I hate this part here. I hate it. So let's try to do something here. Yeah, sometimes you to solve some things you need to choose your own Solutions. Okay, let's see if this works. It doesn't work. Okay, so let's just leave it there. Again, there's this weird spacing that we have here. That's what's causing the issue. You see, deleting this helps. Yeah, I think it's good. Yep. Good. And around here, she does this rotation there. So let's get it. Stitch it. 3 axes in just 10 seconds. Okay, nice. Don't tell me she's... Yeah, that's good. She does this nice motion, we can replicate later. Okay, cool. Let's look at the music. Turn on music. I don't like it, but it's good for blocking. Okay, nice. Yeah, one good thing about like blocking, like really bad and not really bad. So that when you're working in layered style, your goal is not to do the best animation in blocking. Your goal is to do just enough so you have information in your animation, so the director is able to see your work and understand what's going on. Because if you want to make it look good, it's gonna take a very long time to do that, and it's not worth it to spend a lot of time to make it look as good as possible, show it to the director, and he's like, this is not what I was looking for, so we have to do it again. So again, using this style, if you're gonna block it, it's gonna take very quick time. Like you can see, it's like half an hour you can block like something like I don't know, 100 frames or something like that. But it takes less time, and also it's like once it's approved, you can just keep working on it and making it look as good as possible. That's why I'm like, I have this mentality of like, if it is good enough, it's good enough. I can see what's going on. He's rotating his hands, your arms. That's good. Cool. Yeah, but once you get to polish, you just take it frame by frame and make sure that everything is working very well, very smooth. And yeah, you have to respect that. So she's stretching her arms here. So going from here, doing this weird arc. Yeah, maybe we can get that arc by just zero this guy there, and you do this. She's opening her hands, so we can open the hands later. And also, it's kind of, it's not stopping, so let's delete this guy and see if we get, let's just favor the previous pose. Yeah, spacing, I hate this spacing. And also he's like, he's like skinny bones. His skinny bones don't help at all. Let's see, delete this guy. And let's add a bit overlap. God, my English. Overlap. And she does like something like this. Let's look for the extreme. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see here. overlap she does with her arms there. Man, I see no questions. Nobody's asking any questions. No one is asking questions. There's one person watching. Cool. Yes. Okay, nice. Yeah, we can work on that arc a little bit later as well. Then around here, get this nice arc there as well. God. Second from over here. Yeah, this is not working well, so stick this part here. She goes from here, can smooth it a little bit. And then around here, there's this nice wave that we have on the arms that we can add here. And then after that, we can, let's see here. Wow, this is beautiful. That is cute. Okay, just doing something like, should I, like, again here, we should think about the silhouette. This is not a good silhouette, so we can do something, either this or this. I think this would be better. It's kind of like conveying the same feeling. Maybe we can push the chest a little bit. Look at that beautiful arc. Again, Euler filter 0 frames. Euler filter! Oh, okay. There isn't much. I think we're. God. What's wrong with this? Okay, here's a cool trick. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna take this guy here, take this guy here. Yeah, one cool way is instead of like just creating new poses, you can keep going with it. Take the last pose and pose it from there. And usually that helps with the flips. So there is no major rotations there happening. Yes, yeah, that works. And it works! Yeah, that's a really cool trick. Cool tip for the guys that are watching this. Yeah, because sometimes if you're moving stuff, like there are a lot of rotations that you might add on your like limbs, and just like, okay, going from here, okay, I'm just gonna take this and then go to here and just zero the pose and then create the pose after that. What you'll end up with is creating these weird complex orientations, and Maya has no clue what to do with that, so it just gets confused. Sometimes the Euler filter doesn't help. And one solution that helps sometimes is this, which is just I just delete. I don't create a new fresh pose. I take the pose before, and then after that, I just start to pose the new pose based on the old pose, so it is more neutral. Here's the other extreme. Okay, nice. Other extreme. The other extreme. Yeah, next week. Not next week. Probably. I don't know. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. And I'm gonna stream, but I'm just gonna stream a game. I'm gonna play a game. And for those that are curious, I'm gonna play. I need to like download League of Legends, or maybe Fortnite. I don't know. Just change it up a little bit. Just change it up. Cool. Always think about the silhouettes. And look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful transition. Look what Maya is giving me here. This is beautiful. Again, we need a breakdown. Like this. So Maya knows where we want to put our own pose. Yeah. Yeah, there's this overlap that she does. There's this nice overlap. You can try to replicate that feeling. Now let's see if we can get it to work. So it's kind of like the elbow is going first and then the arm rotation is following second. So let's see. So, boom. So around here, the arm is still going in. And then here, we can add a bit more overlap. And then here at the end, she gets into the pose, the final one. And we're almost done with this arm. Just doesn't look appropriate there. This is better. Yes. Okay, cool. Nice. That's good. Always be careful with this. Like we're transitioning from here. We want a nice ease out of the pose. Then a nice drag here. It's a nice drag. Like that. Boom. And maybe you want to ease into it so not everything is solving at the same time. Have a bit of ease. Like that. Nice. And always look, we're working 3D. Working 3D view, because working in 3D view definitely helps. Definitely helps a lot. Oh, nice. Let's take a look at this. Layered style, one arm is done. This is good, nice. She does this like, there's this overshoot that she does there. You can see it. See? That's very complicated. And I feel like she wasn't intending to do it. And it feels a little bit like, kind of, yeah, it doesn't look good. But as animators, we have the option to do whatever we want. So we're just gonna clean that part there. Just a little bit there. so it feels a little bit more alive. Then when she falls here, we want to drag the guy here. And just make sure it's not moving at the same time. So it's going to delay this guy. And then also, whenever you have finished here, always make sure to make it linear. So if it doesn't just... Oh God, it's not good here. And also, remember to save. Yeah, saving is important. Again, guys, if anybody here has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Yeah, you can see that the gist of the motion is there. It's there, but it still looks like arc spacing, timing can be pushed more. But it's there. We're kind of like creating a mocap version. And then after that, we're gonna clean it up more, simplify more, so it looks more beautiful. Cool. Nice. Let's take a look. Create the song on. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. What the heck is going on here? Why is it showing like 30 FPS? Okay, that's good. Okay, it's because I was zoomed out. Cool, let's save again one last time and let's go back and work on the other arm. Nice. Oh, easy. Okay, give me a second here. I think there's a cool idea. I just got a cool idea. I'll pretend to ask myself questions and answer them myself. So when do I plan to finish this shot? I don't know. Hopefully it will take me like 3 more streams, maybe? I don't know. I have no clue. But I think it would be cool to finish this guy here. And prepare for the next Halloween. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to create like a TikTok and post it as TikTok. Cool, let's take a look at the other arm there. Other arm. So other arm is more... What the heck is that? Oh, it's a nice antic there. Look at the antic. Oh, again, we're doing the spin. God's sake. God. Keep the hand close. Keep the arm close. Like this. Nice. So your job as an animator is not to animate the character doing stuff. Your job is to tell the character to do things, and they're supposed to listen to you. Is that right, Mr. Skilly? His name is Bonaparte. Yeah, he says it's right, so that's how we do it. Okay. Nice. Let's do the antic. Let's do the antic. And oh god, I forgot the shoulders. We did not animate the shoulders. The shoulders are very important. You see? We're gonna do a pass on the shoulders. But thankfully the shoulders motion, always make sure your arms are in word space. So when you move the shoulders or the body, the arm animation will stay the same. I think this is obvious. Everybody knows about this. But yeah, just in case somebody here doesn't know. I see you. See, nice. Yeah, I'd be surprised. Like, I have a lot of new animators, that new students that I've had. I'll tell them to, like, please make sure that this is set to space, the word space, which is like here for us, it's called orient to placement. And you'll be surprised that few students will be like, I don't care, I'll just do it my way. And they do it their way, and they get stuck in Polish, and I'm like, you're not supposed to use it. And they're like, I'm really sorry, how do I fix it? And I'm like, okay, you weren't, like, in your stage, you're not supposed to fix it, you have to do it again, but here's how I fix it. And then I just show them this tool that I'm using. Where is it? This tool? God, I have to drag it from here. God, keep the posture. We shouldn't just do it. Okay, I get this tool here, and I just use it to, like, help me with changing space modes and stuff like that, and fix this issue. Because sometimes we're human, we forget. I sometimes forget. And this is how I fix it. It's a little bit more advanced, but it does the job. There's always, like, every problem has a solution. The only problem that doesn't have a solution is deadlines. Okay? If the deadline is tomorrow, the deadline is tomorrow. Unless you're a good friend with production. If that's true, you can get a little bit more extra time. Shout out to good productions. Cool. Okay, nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see here. And let's do the twist. Let's do the twist. I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's probably not true. Production would say, no, there's no extra time. Will you do, like, overtime? We just do overtime. There's no extra time. Yeah. Cool. Nice. No, that's not. That's not. Okay. God, oh my god. Look at that. Look. Look at why is doing here. This is not. No, don't do it that way. No, here. Just, you have to go from here and just do it this way. Yeah, okay, let's see. No, okay, okay, let's see here. Antic here. Antic should take a little bit. Let's make it a little bit faster. So you see, we get to this pose. I'm just gonna ease into it so we get into it faster than the reference. We hold it, and you see, this is not good. I don't like this. So what we're gonna do again, same problem, same solution. Let's do it. Delete this and just do it this way. Okay, nice. Good. That's good. It's nice. Hopefully Maya now will know. Please, Maya. Yeah, I remember one time I was studying in class 7 at anime school. There was one student. Her name is Maya. She's a friend of mine. Like, we only spoke once. But she's still a friend. Yeah, her name is Maya. And I remember the instructor would go, like, he would do the demo like this. Sometimes something weird. Maya would do something weird. Not the real Maya, not the human Maya. The software Maya would do something weird, then the instructor would be like, oh, Maya, what are you doing? And yeah, he's like, no, not you, Maya. This Maya. Like, so weird. It's so weird. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying random stuff. But who cares? Nobody's watching. Let's see. Just having a lot of fun. Oh, just wait until I just animate some cartoony stuff. Like, it's gonna be way more fun. We're just doing realistic stuff. It's not that fun. But we just wait. It's not gonna stay realistic. I'm just gonna butcher this whole realistic thing because I'm not a realistic animator. Realistically speaking. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's good. This part here is good. Here, that's nice. I like it. Here? No, don't do it that way, please. So from here to here, go here like this. Oh God. It's here. What the heck's she doing? Like, oh. So we get. Oh my God. I hate this. I don't like this. But I think this is better than IK, so this is good. Look at this. Shows so like she goes from this frame here. What the heck? She goes from. Let's choose a different color. Where is the? She goes from this. I can't draw. Not this here. Grease pencil. Okay. She goes from this here to this. What the heck is this? In one frame. Yeah, I think it's not bad. We have to be careful with that because that's really bad. That's really bad live action animation. And now this is. Oh my God! How do I delete this guy here again? What the heck again? It's there. Okay, nice. It's deleted. Nice. That's good. I don't use the grease pencil. If you guys haven't realized yet. Nice. Okay, so we get into this pose. There's a lot of motion in this. Very small, like, space here. Yeah, look at that beautiful art. Oh my God, it's horrendous. Just like, we're using FK, we're not getting any arcs at all. Yeah, this is good. Not bad. And there's the switch here. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna do it in one frame. Like this. Just do it this way. Yeah, let's see if that works. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my crap! What the heck is this? It's not good. It's not working. Yeah, this is what I told you about that part there. Okay, can we cheat it? Okay, let's try to cheat it. Let's cheat. Okay, so here. We're gonna do this, like this, and then we're gonna get this guy here. Then we're just gonna rotate this guy like this. So, obviously, oh my God, the arm is all the way flipped because this here should be straight, and we should be seeing the palm, not the back. So the whole forearm rotation should be the other way, not this way. But we can't do it. So we just have to cheat it this way. Yeah, it's already like moving in fast motion. So nobody's gonna notice. Nobody's gonna notice here. Hopefully nobody's gonna notice. We're getting good arcs. That's what matters. Yeah, that's it. That's the arc. Yes. Yep. That's good. Nice. Yeah. I like this. This part is beautiful. It's nice. Ah, that's good. Cool. And she does this here. So basically, again, where I'm just looking for extremes, okay? Extremes. Yeah. If you're wondering what is extremes. So extremes are basically where the motion, like for example, if my hand does this motion, goes up and down, the extreme is like this, the most up the hand goes, that's the extreme point, okay? So if I do this arc, there is an extreme up and there is an extreme down, kind of like the limits of the motion. And usually when you're animating, you always want to get your extremes, so you get the most intervals and it is easier to fill in the information in between. That's an extreme, if that makes any sense. I love it when I ask really good questions. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you guys know that, like the clip from Snoop Dogg, he was like, and last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I love it. I just love it. I just love it. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, same as well. I want to thank me for believing in me. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see here. Again, we're just gonna do the same trick. Open the arms. Don't like that. Don't. Let's not zero the pose. So we get like that zeros there, like so a clean pose. Because if you do that, everything's just gonna start to flip, and you're not gonna get nice. Oh, we did that, and we're not getting nice arcs. What the heck is this, Maya? Oh my god. I'm just doing this, Maya. Just this, like this. Please. Oh, why? What the heck? Okay, let me try this. Okay. What the heck? What's wrong with you, Maya? Let's see. What the heck is wrong with you, Maya? Oh my god. Oh, what happened to this bar again? I believe it was working. What the heck? Okay. Back and do again. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is good. So let's save it here. Okay. Nice. Good. So we're just gonna take these guys. Let's see if we can get that arc to work. Yeah, we're doing a lot of... Yeah, this is expected. Maya is so stupid. If you throw a lot of rotations, it does not know how to handle that. So this is expected. So you just have to keep going around it over and over until it works. Somehow it works. Yeah, if you guys watched my broadswords animation, you will notice that I'm a big fan of 360s. Just loved it. They add a lot of, like, they make your life a lot more interesting, believe me, as an animator. God, this. Please, just do this. Please, just from here, just go like this. And don't do anything weird. Just go from here, like, a little bit down, maybe. See, let's do this. I don't know, not bad. Like this. See, Maya, please. Here. What the heck is this? So we're just gonna do this guy. He's gonna do it this way. Oh my gosh. Here. Again, just cheating, okay? Holy crap. Here. Obviously we have to do this frame by frame. Oh my god, what a disgrace. Disgrace, yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Oh my god, hopefully I don't have to go back to this part and just have to polish it. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, there's this nice overlap there, which is, we have the arm moves back, boom, here, and then moves forward, here, back, oh. Okay, let's keep the same orientation. Okay, nice. Here, I think it's good. I just need to animate the forearm. Boom. Here's this beautiful overlap that she's doing here, especially with the hand. Can't scale the hand. Yes. Here. And then here she does this. Is it a big pop here? Probably. Yep. Yeah, oh my god, I'm basically animating this frame by frame. I'm not sure if I like this arm extended on the reference. You see how like the arm just extend here and then just start to bend? I think it's cool. It's cool. It's very interesting. Usual animators don't do that, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm not a normal animator. I don't have a normal workflow. I don't follow the guidelines. So I'm just gonna do it the weird way. There. So here's arms stretched. Arms stretched. Arms strong. Okay, nice. Nice. That is good. This is a good. This is very good. And like the other guy has said, if you guys are animating, just know this, remember this. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit. That's how it works. I'm not sure if that's how I said it. It's embarrassing. Oh my god. Okay. Here. Give me a second. Sometimes it might be good, There's my shit. Yeah, another overlap here. Yeah, one good thing about like whenever you do extremes, keep this in mind. It's very important. So if the hand is moving up, so there's an extreme here, and then an extreme here. The key thing that you want to keep in mind is you need to spend a little bit of time on your extremes. So this is an extreme here, extreme here. You don't want to just get into the extreme in just one frame and then exit it. You want to ease into the extreme a little bit more, at least like 4 frames, and then exit it. So we get this like down, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, instead of like it feeling poppy. Okay. And I feel like here, you see how like I'm just trying to spend a little bit more time on this pose here. Then I'm trying to get into this pose here. You see how like, it's just 1 frame, starts to go down. That's not good. So we shouldn't do that, because if you do that, it just like spacing wise, we're hitting a wall. See now, once we do that, it just helps a lot. Just like, again, spacing takes a lot of time to make it look good. Here. Oh, I feel like I'm, oh my god, I feel like I'm just like doing stop motion, because like the rotations are like, Maya is not helping me at all. Please, Maya, for God's sake, do your job. And you can see this guy is not moving at all here. So I think what I need to do here is push it more. Yeah, so we can see a bit of movement on the upper arm. Yeah, this motion is too fast. From here to here, it's too fast. Oh, I love this pose. This is a beautiful pose. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, we're just breaking the anatomy here, just so Maya stays happy. Look at that. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I didn't work in 3D and it's looking good. Good. Yeah, once we add the shoulders, they're definitely gonna help. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Are we getting the... Yeah, here we definitely need to overlap the arm a bit more. Fingers, hands. Oh god, what the heck? What's this? What's this? What the heck is this? See how it just pops from here to here? That's not beautiful. It's gonna delete it. Same thing for here. Delete this guy. And let's see. And we lost this straight. We should keep this straight. Just okay. And then here. We're just gonna keep it this way. It's working. No, it's not. Yeah, I think it's working. It's good. Good enough. Let's leave this for future review. And then here, this is a nice overlap here as well. We can't see it from the camera, but I can see it. Yeah, if you want to be able to see this, the overlap through the camera here, what I recommend for you guys is, there is these type of glasses here. Let me see. It's called Ray-Ban. It's like if you get these glasses and you wear them here, you will be able to see through the reference, and you will be able to see like when things are coming to the camera, you can see if the bend is closer to the camera or is away from the camera. This is like, I highly recommend these guys here. Yeah. Still nobody's asking questions. Nice. Look at this. What the heck is happening with it? Oh, like the bone is just going on. Like, yeah. Oh my god. That doesn't look healthy here. Does not look healthy at all. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it, because if we change it and back to normal, can we actually do it? It's gonna break. Maybe it's not gonna break, since this is fast motion from here to here. So let's start to do it. Let's see what's gonna happen. Just let me show you. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, actually the arm is not supposed to bend back. That's why. We're just doing it because we need to give overlaps, so it feels more natural. And I regret doing. Yeah, you see? This is what I told you guys. When you like just start with the fresh pose, you get this. Yeah, if you get this, try to do this way. Earlier filter. See if that helps. It's not gonna help. Obviously it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. What I'm saying, what am I thinking to myself here? It's not. This is Maya. Do it this way. This way. Here. Make it look like it was zeroed out. Like this. Again, you're not supposed to do it this way, but do it this way. Why? Because you get this for free. Yeah, you didn't know about this trick here. Took me years to know about this here. Oh my god, that's a lot of... Yeah, these are unnecessary keys here, so I just need this and this. So, okay, that's good. And then we get into this pose again. Where is it? I think we already did that pose. I think this one is closest, so I'm just gonna copy it. Is it good? I don't know. Yeah, even the freaking proportions are not helping here. Okay, nice. Ah, God. Yeah. Is it good? I need to do the same thing. Copy, paste. I have to do it this way. Just keep the pose. Just keep the pose. Okay, nice. I'll keep the pose. Look at it. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my god. Why, Maya? Why do we want to like just go through things? See here. If we did this here, does that help? Yeah, good enough. Again, just gonna cheat it. Future you, please take care of this. Still go, not, maybe it's going a little bit, but not as much as it did earlier. This needs to be more, this needs to be higher. Look at the pop from here to here. This is Huge. Huge. Gigantic. Okay. Just gonna take this pose. I feel like the reference is more pushed. I like the pose and the reference more. We can fix it later. Yeah, again. Let's do it this way. Here. This here. Wow. Should I just... Yeah, I think it's good. It's good. No, don't do it. This way, this way. Arc. Yeah, nice. Good. Oh my god, again! Why does she like to do the twists? God, see here. See here. Man, my god, my mom is calling me. I'll just call her later. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna... 1 second. Okay, where's the... Okay, nice. Just continue going here. I think I'm... Look at this board here. What the hell is going on with this thumb here? What the heck? He's asking for a... What do you call it? Hitchhike? He's hitchhiking. That thumb looks weird as heck. God, it's crazy. Well, at least we got like free arc. Save whenever you're happy with your animation. Always save. Maya will wait for you until you're happy with it and you forget, and Maya will just take the opportunity and just crash on your face. Look at that multiple here. Maybe we can add a multiple. Oh my god! Holy crap! That's not beautiful. This is not good. It's not good here. Oh my god, I hate when she does this. Yeah, always like one other trick you guys can try to do is like always act your reference yourself and try to study it that way. See how it just pops from there to there? I hate when she does this. Just pops. Now again, we have to animate frame by frame. Oh crap. Yeah, so basically just follow nice arcs and you should be good. She keeps doing this. So arm moves from here to here. See? And I'm just breaking the whole anatomy here. Okay? I'm not respecting the anatomy, because the arc is more important. Oh, I love this snap here. She just snaps. Okay, let me look here. Is it good? Is it good? Oh, we have 2 new followers. Hello, Ahmed. Hello, Marcus. I need to add that, like, when people follow you, they add that nice thing. I need to learn how to do it first. But thank you guys for joining the streams. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas that I want to do on the streams. Yeah, just like before you get into the stream, just check my work on Vimeo, my Twitter, and see if you like it. If you like it, feel free to join the stream, because I'll be doing that. Okay? If you don't like it, there's nothing I can do. But I think you're probably gonna like it, because it's really good. I know, I'm really good. I'm the best. I hate this. It's not good. It's not good at all. Holy crap. Yeah, this kind of like reminds me of my class. My own class. Nobody like, sometimes I get these, I have like a really big class and we have to use Zoom. And when we're using Zoom, the students are like, oh, why do I need the camera? Yeah, here's a thing here. She's just holding her finger for 2 frames and then she goes. Maybe I'll do it for... Also, this spot is too big, so probably need to add like 1 ease here. Just a bit of an ease, because it's too big. Then here. And then here, okay. Yeah, so what I was talking about here is like my class, I tend to have big class, and the students, they just like go like, there's no reason for me to turn on my camera. So I'm just gonna turn the audio off, and I'm just talking in my class. Keep asking myself questions. Yeah, from time to time they ask questions, so that's good. Yeah, usually those that ask a lot of questions are the ones to pass my class. So if anybody here from my class, apparently last stream, I had one student that realized I'm starting to stream. So yeah, just ask questions and you will pass the class. Oh my god, I'm turning the Twitch stream into a class. Oh my god. Yep. That's good. 3 arc. Oh, yes. Yeah, I like this. Nice. That's how I animate. This is how I do it. I just keep looking at it like this. Especially if I like my animation. Sometimes, it's not always. It just happens once in 10 years. I will like my animation, and I will just keep looking at it. Look at this here. And always remember to ease, okay? It's very important. And make sure not everything is stopping at the same time. I think I like animating on Cintiq. Yeah, it's good. Oh my god, this looks like a mocap animation. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, we definitely need to work on it and make it more push. Maybe you can ease this a little bit more. And here we're just gonna ease this a little bit more. So we're pushing the spacing so it's not like too realistic. Yep, that's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it looks like mocap, but it's good. Yeah, look at the feet. They're super sliding. There's no... Oh my god. Yeah, but look, we have to add details here. And also, I've been looking at this shot for a very long time, so I don't know. Sometimes you get... Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I like it how it looks from the side view. Okay, nice. That's good. Okay, so let's do a pass on the heads. Always save. Remember to save. Saving is very important. And also, let's try to the music and see how it sounds. Oh, that's cool. Nice, I like it. For a blocking, it's good. We still have a lot of work to do. Oh my god. Okay, give me a second here. Let me adjust. Let's work on the head. Again, guys. Let's see how many people are watching. 3 people. Alright. Let's go. Nice. That's nice. Good. Oh, who's asking this? Yeah, Ahmed. Don't worry about it at all, man. This is my second stream. So if you haven't been here, this shot, I've been working on it on and off for maybe last 2 years, I don't know. I'll just open it, work on it a little bit, close it, open it next year, work on it a little bit, and close it again. But now, it started like I just wanted, like last stream, if you check on the stream, you will be able to see it. I just open it as to test the Cintiq because I'm using Cintiq for the first time to animate. And then I realized maybe I'll just keep working on it until I finish it. So last stream what I did is like I already had the first half blocked. Okay, let me show you guys this first half. It doesn't look good, it looks terrible, but yeah, also I decided like this first 80 frames, I'm just gonna animate it without reference. So this is gonna be fun for you guys. You're gonna see my approach, how I animate without reference. We might do some 2D planning, which is cool. And I'm leaving that until the end because it's the most fun part. And I animate this whole part here. Yeah, from here to here. Like kind of like the first half. Starting from here, from frame 90. Already did that. So from last stream, I started from here to here. And I just like worked as a layered like style. I worked in layered style, and then just worked on the bottom half. So I started with the hips first, like adding the bounces, like with the dance. The most important bounces are like the up and down. So I added boom, 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 boom bounces. Then I added the weight shifts. So the hips, like how the hips are gonna move. Then after that, I added the legs. So how the legs are gonna like catch the weight. And then after that, I was like, next stream, I'm gonna work on the upper half, which is what I'm doing now. So basically, we're gonna finish this here. I'm just gonna finish it by, oh, first let me show you the whole thing, whole blocking. Yeah, you can definitely see this is my animation from last year. It's different from my animation from now, especially this part here. Yeah, I think I did it on purpose, and this is IK, if you notice. Is it? Oh, it's FK. Oh yeah, it's IK. And yeah, because like this motion here, you can't do it with FK, so you have to switch to IK. And this part here, the timing is not good. It needs a little bit more work, but it's good for blocking. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with the shot here. We're gonna prepare, and once we're done with this, hey Pierre, how are you doing, man? Yeah, I just realized you are my student last time, like because usually before I start my term, I have to check all of my students, and yeah, I'm great, thank you. I have to check my students' work, so I know. So I realized that you're my students. That's great. Thank you, man, for joining the stream, which is cool. Thankfully, you don't have to pay for this. I'm just joking. You'll have to pay. I'm just cool. Thanks. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, always feel free to drop them on the chat. On the chat. And yeah, Pierre, if you haven't seen, I've already worked on the upper half. Yeah, this style here, the layered style. Feel free to try it if you want to use it, but in our class we're not gonna do it because it's very advanced. But again, it's totally up to you to do whatever you want. Cool. And let's take a look here. So we just like added the upper body, like chest and arms. Yeah, you can see timing is very close to the reference. Feels like kind of a mocha. Yeah. With Saul? Yeah, Saul is a really good friend of mine. On the walk cycle assignment. How was it? Was it easy? You liked it? Cool, awesome. Glad to see that you're like you're trying different styles. Because like here's how it goes. In animation, yeah, there's like two main workflows that you can animate in, which is you can either work in pose to pose style. If you guys check, I'm gonna share. I need to share other streams. Like there's this friend of mine. His name is Chester. Just type Chester animate. Maybe you can see him. I'm following him. Feel free to go to his stream. And his approach is more like pose to pose. There is another animator. Her name is Sim. She works. She also. Okay, let me see here. What is her channel? Okay, where's? It's called the channel box. Let me type it here. Shout out to the channel box. I think most of the people, yeah, that's the channel. They work in pose to pose style. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it was good. Cool. Yeah. Definitely, if you're starting to use it first time, it's very difficult. Like here's how it goes. So, like I mentioned, there's two main styles in animation. that you can follow. There's pose to pose and there's the layered approach. Okay, here's how it goes. The pose to pose is very easy to understand, but it's very, very difficult to implement. Reason why is because if you want to work pose to pose, you have to think like a 2D animator. You have to do a lot of planning, and what happens is a lot of students, what they do is they will work pose to pose, and they don't put a lot of planning. So they put their key poses, their breakdowns, and they don't think about how their pose is gonna change between each breakdown. Like you saw me here when I was animating this part here. And Pierre, you feel free to watch the recording once the stream is done. You notice at some parts I was like trying to get Maya to do some arcs for me, but Maya keeps breaking the arc for me. So one good thing about like just working in spline is you get to see the arcs in real time, so you get to fix them in real time. Not like when you put the pose in pose to pose. You just see your A pose and your B pose, your breakdowns, and you think like you see it on step and you're like, okay, everything's working fine. But once you spline, that's where we're gonna see things floating, and you have to do a lot of adjustments and fixes, which is okay, by the way. So pose to pose, you have to be really, really careful with how you're posing your character, and try. It's kind of like you're trying to spline it in your brain while it is in stepped. And this is how 2D animators think, okay? Actually, 2D animators, they don't think about spline. They just put their poses, and they keep putting more poses until it's on 2s or even on 1s. And that way, they don't have to think about gimbal locks and things like that, because they just put the draw. Oh my god, I'm talking too much. Yeah. Layered style again. Layered style is the opposite. It's very, very difficult to understand. It's more advanced. This is why a lot of schools, they don't teach layered style in early classes. It's because it's very difficult to understand. It took me like a while to understand it. I finished the whole anim school program, and I still didn't understand layered style that much. But I tried to implement it, like what Pierre did here, which is like I just tried to try a little bit once in a while. And then there was a moment where I was working and deadlines were really like tough, and I had to get things done very quickly. So I was like, okay, I'll just go layered style and we'll figure it out. Actually, I had to watch a couple of demos from really good animators. Like one animator, his name is... oh god, what's his name? Michael Makarovich. So, like those are in anim school. You can see there is his workshop. You can watch it. He teaches the layered style and how it works. He does a demo as well. And there is this guy. Let me share it with you. His name is Alvise. He is one of the best VFX animators, and he has a demo on his style. Okay, he's way better than me. Okay, I'm a really good animator, but unfortunately he's way better than me. You guys can watch his demo whenever you want. It's basically, he does the same thing that I'm doing right now, which is like work from the base and then we can keep adding more and more. Yeah, only difference I'm using reference here. Yeah. So again, layered style is very difficult to understand, but once you understand it, it's very easy to animate because layered style is made for 3D. Okay, pose to pose is made for 2D. Okay, hopefully my friends won't hate me when I'm saying this, but if you guys want to have a debate with me, I'll be happy to have the debate with you. Okay, about like how things work. Let's just stop talking. Okay, but again, once you learn layered, again, also one other thing is when you're learning animation, there are three types of animators. Some people they're working in pose to pose, and the moment you teach them layered style and they learn it, they're like, oh, I didn't know about layered style. This is such a relief. And just animation becomes really easy for them. And they like layered style. And they're like, I can't think in pose to pose, because when you're thinking pose to pose, there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind. Like a lot of how I'm gonna change everything, how I'm gonna change the hand. There's a lot of complicated stuff that you have to do. And there's the other type of animators, the boring animators. I'm just joking. They're not boring. They're cool. They animate pose to pose, but once they see layered style, their brain just goes crazy. They're like, how do you do it? They don't know how it works. So they're like, I can't. I need to animate in pose to pose. And I've seen some friends that I cannot animate in spline. I need to animate pose to pose. And there is the lucky group of animators, which is I'm part of them, which is I can animate in both styles. Reason why is because I also try to animate in 2D. So maybe sometime in the future I'll do a session where I just animate in 2D. My animation in 2D is not the best. I'm the most beginner. I can draw a little bit. We're also gonna do some drawing sessions, gesture drawings. This stream is gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna do animation, gaming, 2D animation, drawing, painting. What else? Modeling. Maybe I'm just gonna. I have some experience in modeling, so we're gonna do some modeling. I don't know about rigging. Nah, I can't rig. I'm not gonna do rigging. Maybe I'm gonna ask someone else to do the rigging. But we're gonna try everything. This is a channel for everything. And gaming as well. Cool. Awesome. Great. But with that said, I can animate in pose to pose and layered style. I still prefer layered style. So I'm just this is what I usually do is that my first blocking pass, if it is too complicated, I'm gonna pose it in stepped, and then after that I'm just gonna move to spline as soon as possible. And yeah, but sometimes I might use stepped, sometimes I might use layered, but mostly I'm gonna use layered. Enough talking here. I think that's enough. Okay, cool. Let's keep going here. Let's do this really quick. Like this. So. Let's see here. Holy crap! What the heck? What's wrong with his thumb? Oh, these guys should be here. Oh my god. What? Why is his finger so long? Is it because he's skeleton? I don't like this. I don't like it. Look at. Can I I'll just cheat it a little bit there. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, I'll just do it this way. It's still too long. Oh my god. Well, I'm just gonna shrink it. Let's see here. That's good. Yeah, again, guys, always remember, appeal is risk. Before you join a production, appeal is your responsibility. You want to make sure it is as appealing as possible. Even in production, appeal is your responsibility. Sometimes you might need to sculpt your character. If you have if you have enough time, you might need to sculpt your character. What's wrong with this here? Why is it doing this? Delete. Oh, yeah, cool. Nice. Good, let's take a look. That finger added a lot. That's really good. It's nice. It's really good. It's really good. Sorry guys, just 1 second. Okay, cool, nice. Great. And let's see here. Give me a second. Let me just double check one thing. Cool. Okay, cool. Great. Nice. So now we're just gonna work on the heads. Yeah, definitely. I feel like the finger thing just has. Oh, I forgot. We need to animate the shoulders. Shoulders are very important. Okay, so let's get to the shoulders here. And let's see here. Oh yeah, so let's do a quick pass on the shoulders before we move to the head. And then once we're done with the head, I think maybe I'll just call it a day. And then after that, next time, I'm just gonna soft polish. And each time, like, let's see here, how many frames do we have? We have 270 frames in total. And if we wanna like just have this 270 frames in total and divide it by 4. 270 divided by 4. Oh, so I need to do like 70 frames each stream. So get it in 4 streams. I think that sounds good. This might take a little bit more time. Maybe I can do something off stream, but I think that's good. Okay, so let's do shoulders really quick. Yeah, maybe something I can do here is like just push the overlaps. So basically the shoulders, we want to do this nice like overlaps, nice like overlaps with the body, and also want to make sure we're interacting with the arms and how the arms are moving. Okay, cool. So here the arm is going up, so we're just gonna move it up a little bit there. And here is just like when it's going forward, that's when we're gonna push it more. Shoulders like are very, very important. Here's 0 out. Let's see here, delete. Just ease out of it. Just ease. And then here I have this beautiful overlap there. And then here it just goes up. Then here moves back. So we want to work in 3D. Here, back. And we can see that we're kind of breaking the character, but that's okay. It's going through the character. Okay, that's future use problem. 0. That's good. That's nice. Shoulder forwards. 0. Here, maybe just down. And then here, 0. And then here again, move it. Oh, we need to fix that. Okay. Here, we're just gonna take this guy here, rotation X, super easy. Just gonna take this. Just do this way. Yeah, the head we're definitely gonna change the head, so it's gonna look good. So yeah. Oh god, this is not good. We need to fix this here. And guys, yeah. Yeah, that shoulder, I think that shoulder is done. We don't need, let's see here. Yeah, you can see that the overlap, like adding a bit of an overlap on that shoulder, like adds a lot. Yeah, definitely feels alive, more alive. So here, arm is here, so shoulder should be following the arm, like that. So here, again, overlap. Yeah, one good thing about like using layered style is you can add like overlaps really easily. Like you can see, like now you see how fast I'm able to animate here. Can't love this part. I can even like just see. This is me trying to push the animation even more. It just makes it feel. You see, like just like feels more cartoony, which is better. Here again, can push this guy even more. Here he's rotating back, so we'll push this guy back. Then here we're just gonna take this guy and just droop here. See, give me a second. Let me just double check something. Okay, that's good. Cool. I think I really like this part here where the shoulder kind of detaches. And also here, maybe I just add a little bit of an overlap. Not an overlap, an overshoot here. And then always make sure you ease into the final pose. And also here, I'm just gonna do the same thing. You see that I'm getting this nice overlap where one shoulder is moving down and then the other shoulder is following it, and we get this nice wave effect. And then I'm just gonna push it even more. Even more, like this. Just gonna delete this guy here. It just feels a little bit more loose, okay? Yeah, this is different. Like you can see, guys, I'm just like using the shoulders, and I'm starting to get into that like polishy stuff. So then the next pass when we go move to polish, we're gonna like make him feel a little bit more looser, kind of like that skeleton from Coco. Like when he moves and like a little bit more loose, and you can see parts of his like bones, they detach and attach again, and just makes it feel a little bit more organic. Okay, less mocapy. Okay, let's get rid of this guy here. Yeah, you guys can see like how slowly we're getting into like more details and more details. Just like it's like the more like it takes a little bit more time, but once you get into these final stages, that's where like I think the fun like begins, like because you get to sculpt it and just have fun with it. For me, the most fun parts are always remember to save. are the planning. Planning is very fun for me, and polish. Polish is where you get your animation to look really good. So let's get to the heads. So head, I'm just like gonna also don't forget about the neck as well. I'm just gonna start with the head and then I'm gonna do the neck later. Here again, so here the overlaps of the head, I'm not gonna follow the reference for the overlaps of the head. I'm just gonna follow the reference for the general head rotations, but the overlaps I'm following my spine. So the body is doing this is reacting to it, and this guy is gonna react to the spine as well. And that was gonna give us this nice layer there. So you see how like when he goes up there, we need to have like a small overlap there, like this. Here again, so we have to have this rotation. It's like even push it even more. Here is happening a little bit too soon. Just like feel free to like translate stuff just to get that nice organic feel. They're just having fun. Yeah, I don't think I need to animate the neck, because I'm kind of animating the neck when I'm moving the head. Here is moving down, so head should be up. And then here, when he's down, it should be moving down. And then here, oh, she does like this kind of like a bow thing. We just need to make sure things are not crashing into each other, which is what happening here. Which is what happened here. I don't know. Is this a cool pose? Yeah, we just need to make sure that it is snappy, okay? So we're just gonna add like a small antic here. And then we're just gonna simplify this. And then here, we're just gonna definitely this guy needs to be in front of the rib cage. You can see like these overlaps, small overlaps that I'm adding, they're not in the reference, but I'm adding them. They're actually in the reference. It's just the reference resolution is very small, and those overlaps on the head are very small to see. But I know they're there, and my job as an animator is to add them myself to make it feel more believable. If I don't add them, the motion of the head will feel very stiff. So you guys can see when I'm following the reference and when I'm not following the reference. When I'm not following the reference, I'm just using my basic knowledge of the fundamentals of animation, okay? And this usually takes a lot of time to get used, to get that sense of like an overlap and what works and what doesn't. So don't be worried if you find this difficult. Do I like this pose here? I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind of like he's kind of like doing this, which is like nice. Yeah, I like it. I love this. Yeah, we just need to ease into it. I like this. I like this. This is good. Cool. I like really good. Yeah, the good thing about like using layered style is like you get to try a lot of stuff and see what you like and what you don't like in real time. If you're working pose to pose, you're very limited because you have to work with what you have. And you have to make these choices, you have to make them in planning. And maybe here I'll add like a small antic down. And maybe the antic down will affect the rib cage here. See, let's go here. Small antic. Here. So it's kind of like a cascading effect. You see like how the head moves first, affects the chest second, and this will even affect the hips as well. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Oh my god, my friend is asleep and I'm screaming. You might think something's weird. Okay, again, more. Okay, so this is RX. Is it good? RX? Oh yeah, I think it's good. So let's push the RX a little bit more. I think I need to put a little bit more RZ. Yeah, let's put a little bit more RZ. And when I say RZ, it just means rotations. So usually what animators talk about, like when you say R something, RX, RZ, RY, we're talking about rotation. When we're saying TX, TY, TZ, that's translation. We usually don't talk about scale, so don't have to worry about that. RX. Yeah, once we add the squash and stretch and smear frames, maybe multiples, it's gonna look really beautiful. Yeah, I think it's working really well. I like the blocking. Yeah, let's take a look at this here. Let's see if it's really quick. So, like here, when he goes down, we can squash the head. Like this. And then here, it's gonna stretch it. Just like always think about preserving the volume. So here we can close the eyes. Maybe move down the eyebrows to help with the squash. Oh, we can't, can we? Yeah, we just have to select these guys, move them down. And then here, it's like antic here. It's gonna move it up. These guys, move it up. So we're stretching. And then here, he's gonna go back to neutral. It's kind of a layer, so we're layering stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Adding more detail and detail and detail and detail. Starting from the big and moving to the small. Like here you can even, can even move the mouth. Oh, that's great. Where's the jaw? Okay. Oh, it's the jaw. The jaw. The jaw. It's like just basically having fun. This is what we're gonna do in polish. Probably a little bit too much pushed. Yeah, I feel like this stretch and squash might be a little bit too much, but it's definitely helping making it feel a little bit more organic. So let's go to scale. Where's the scale? And then we're just gonna take these guys and just ease them. Scale it down, 50%. Yeah, I think it's good. Let's take a look at the old. I feel like the first half of the animation, first half of the blocking, it's not that good. So we will need to spend a lot of time on that one. Yeah, you can even see that I think I didn't animate the yeah, I did not animate the chest here. So maybe we need to do a pass on the chest here really quick. This is too soon. Just delay it 2 frames. Here, antic. A bit of squash. Here. Squash. So I'm just looking at the hips, and when they move down, I wait 2 frames and then I add the down on the chest. Just adds a bit of a squash there. Here. Another squash here. Another squash here. Here again, squash. A bit of an overlap. Squat. Oh god, I'm ruining my whole animation. Yeah, we can fix it. It's okay. Here. That's good. Nice. Yeah, it's not that good. Yep. That's good. That's good. It's all about like feeling the flow. That's good. Second one. That is good. I feel like here we need to add a small bounce so we can feel the weight a little bit. Yeah, and also the hips. Here, we definitely need to add a bounce. Here. feel like this is when we started the second. Oh yeah, started the second part. The blocking. Here, just gonna add a small overlap here. Oh my god, I have to do the shoulders as well. Yeah, well, we're gonna leave this until next time. Yeah, let's take a look. I pass on the chests and see if that works well. Yeah, I think it's good. Cool, nice. Yeah, I can definitely see I'm paying a little bit more attention to the arcs on the part where I started. Here, I didn't pay too much to the arcs, so we need to work on the arcs a little bit more. And poses as well. This is what was more like a more mushy, more rushed. So we need to work on that a little bit more. Cool, thanks. Great, so I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So maybe next time, what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna start from this part here, take 70 frames and then just polish it. Make sure that it looks as good as possible. Maybe we can turn off the reference and just work on it on ourselves. And just add those beautiful arcs, squash and stretch and things like that. And then extreme, we do 70 frames and keep doing that until we finish the whole thing. And then for the last part, we're just gonna maybe do something fun here. Just straight ahead without reference and see how that would work. And just add like a simple set there, and then we're gonna call this one done. And maybe we're gonna start on something else. And also, if you guys want, maybe feel free to send me your suggestions. But if you guys want, I can like give you feedback or critique. Just send them to me. You know, send me your just create sketch link. Send me your link and just ask for feedback, and maybe we can do a feedback session and just give you feedback on your work. I think we have a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I can only do one stream a week, so there isn't much time. But who knows, maybe I might do this full time sometimes. Cool, nice. So guys, I'm just gonna call this a day. Thank you for sticking around. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know anytime. If you have suggestions, feel free to let me know as well. Next time, maybe I'm just gonna play a game. Just gonna have fun. You guys are welcome to join. If you don't like that, you don't have to. But yeah, I think that's it. So guys, see you next time. Goodbye.